Hello everyone! Today we're gonna put eyes on a DLC for Inquisitor Prophecy, or Inquisitor Martyr, the Sororitas DLC. This DLC comprises of a new class, the Battle Sister, which I'm really excited to play. And I have three choices: Sister Seraphim, Sister Celestian, or Sister Dominion. I am thinking of either Seraphim or Dominion, and go from there. Let's go Dominion.
Inquisitor's log. Classified report, scheduled for later transmission. I am closing on the source of the inquisitorial distress signal I was assigned to investigate. The coordinates I received from the Caligari Conclave led me to a desolate system. There were many delays during the journey. The intensity of the Caligari warp surges is beyond anything I've experienced. These anomalies are spreading through the subsector like a tidal wave. The distress signal has an ancient encryption used by the Holy Odos. It is authentic, but extremely old. The signal is coming from a battle fortress monastery that was likely spat from the warp when the tide of the surges swept through the sector. There is no response to our hailing signals.
Inquisitor, this is your captain speaking. I'm still trying to hail the monastery, but I get no response.
The hull looks intact now. I think it was simply abandoned a very long time ago.
Then what do you expect to find over there?
Something that once belonged to the Inquisition. And lots of empty halls.
Sounds exciting. I've instructed your pilots to land on the hangar deck.
Stand by and wait for my signal.
Inquisitor, the automatic defense system has been activated. The turrets are attacking you. Do you...
Captain, do you copy? Captain Von Winter, can you hear me? Strange. Vox communication is jammed, and I can't use my teleporter device. Something must be disturbing my signal. I will record everything in my audio log, in case I don't return. Inquisitorial log. New entry. While attempting to dock in the hangar of an unknown fortress monastery, my transport took heavy fire. I suspect that the automatic weapon systems were activated, but I don't yet know why. The transport has been destroyed, along with my equipment. My pilot is dead. I will pray for him later.
So here we are. Inquisitor Prophecy is an action RPG in the Warhammer universe. If you ever played the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, this game is made by the same guys, and that game was fantastic.
Interesting. Mindless servitors were created for menial tasks, but having a flesh drone just for operating the door seems excessive. Open the door.
We have the standard stuff that comes with these games, like your health bar. But this one has suppression. So I believe that when the suppression bar breaks, you take more damage. You have slots for your abilities, but we need to find a weapon, as far as I know. And we're stuck in the prologue because it's a new class. So there's that. I didn't want to do the prologue, but the game didn't give me a choice.
An ancient cogitator. Let's see if the tech prayers still hold. It might have information about this place. Just as I suspected. It's a pile of rust. At least I found some interesting diagnostics. I should check all the cogitators on this ship for other details. New log entry. I have found some human remains. The time of death seems recent. Oh yes! The perfect weapon to deliver the Emperor's justice.
Oh man, she sounds so happy. That's awesome. Oh, I wouldn't expect less from the Adepta Sororitas. Now I believe... Yes, good. Target practice.
Creature of chaos, can you withstand my faith?
Oh man, that hits hard.
An ancient Imperial ship infested by chaos. So be it. Let's cleanse the taint then. Loading.
So this game plays a bit like a shooter as well. You can take cover behind stuff. Not here. I guess we'll go back to cover later, but you have to reload your weapon. You can see the ammo bar over here. And I don't know, I would prefer not to have to reload, but I think that is a cool mechanic.
New log entry. I found a room tainted by the filth of chaos. There's also a tech priest maintenance shrine with a functioning cogitator. It could contain information on how I could turn off the Vox jammer. I found new information. There's an emergency cogitator nearby where I could turn off the jamming signals. Open the door.
It is in the walls now. Everywhere. Taint. In the machines.
By the Emperor. What foul abomination is this? A talking servitor. It might be mind-locked, but this is still unusual.
And you can turn the camera around as well. Let's see if we can find that cover. If the game stops dragging me into cutscenes.
Well met, heretics. It is time for you to die.
There we go. I'm behind cover, I'm still getting shot. So there I'm behind cover, and you pop out to shoot.
Loading.
That is kind of weird. Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Finally. That's the cogitator that will disable the jammer. I couldn't turn off the teleportation jammer, but the Vox should be fine now. Captain Von Winter, can you hear me?
Inquisitor, finally! I thought we'd lost you.
It would have been quite convenient for you, I suppose.
Trust me, I'm on your side. I'm not saying I don't want my ship back, but who would clear my name if you died in battle?
Your loyalty is quite admirable, Captain.
So right now it's a series of 5 or 6 missions, if I remember correctly. I did the tutorial a long time ago.
Our Argos have picked up a Vox signal not far from your location. It is transmitting on an Imperial channel. It could be important.
I'm on my way there.
Oh, so we have a combat dash now. Nice. That's cool.
By the Emperor!
What have you found down there, Inquisitor?
Some unlucky members of an Imperial retinue. This is a shrine, dedicated to the ruinous powers. Somebody really wants his dark wishes fulfilled.
In other words, there's something on that ship that requires human sacrifice. Wonderful.
That looks delicious. Oh, that's another thing that's really cool. One of the abilities you get with ranged weapons is the ability to snipe, and you get that thing, so you can get the foot, the hands, or the head. That goes up to 8x if you have a sniper rifle, but I don't know that this class can use that. You need a Vindicary Assassin to have a sniper rifle, as far as I know. Try this cover thing. There we go. Why am I taking damage? I think I'm gonna have to read more on the cover system because I don't know how it works. I thought you got behind cover and that was it. I know that cover is destructible, but that guy was hitting me through cover.
I was correct. I am undoubtedly on the right path. This commander is tough. A worthy enemy at last.
Not quite. Also, get out of the way of the howitzer. That's always a good idea. You can equip 2 weapon sets. So right now I have a flamer. Which, I like the bolt gun better, I think, but we'll give it a try. That was nice. Cooked heretics.
I have found a corpse of an Imperial soldier. I'll take his data slate. It could contain a recording that could shed some light on what happened here.
Oh man, a Chaos Dreadnought. I think they call them Hell Brutes in here. It is, regardless, an abomination that must be cleansed with fire and steel.
I found the body of a fallen Adepta Sororitas.
What? Did you just say that there was a dead space marine down there?
He must have been a member of that unlucky Imperial reconnaissance team I found.
Allow me to clarify that. You only found pieces of them. So it'll be just you against something that tore apart one of the mightiest champions of the Imperium.
Don't jump to conclusions just yet, Captain. It could easily be more than one creature.
Oh, and that's our healing. So the way healing works in this game, you get charges. You usually start with 5 charges or 4 charges. And as you use them, then you find these chests that give you more charges to replenish them.
Come at me, creatures. Come at me.
The voiceover is great.
Team Sigma, this is Chaos Thorn speaking. Team Sigma, come in.
I'm afraid Team Sigma won't be responding anytime soon.
What? Who are you, and what are you doing there? Taking a stroll on the decks? By the Emperor!
Mind your manners. I am an Inquisitor, and I don't tolerate...
An Inquisitor? About bloody time. I thought your lot had followed Lord Klosterheim into the Dark Zone. Listen, we're under heavy attack in the control room, so I'd appreciate it if you could join us while we deliver the Emperor's will until our most triumphant death. Thorn out.
I'm ready for my trial of faith. New log entry. I established connection with someone from an Imperial expedition on the ship, but he is clearly confusing me with someone else.
Yeah, at this point I'm just trying to get to the tutorial as quick as possible.
It's Thorn again. Another wave of filth is on its way to face me in a glorious carnage. I want your help as soon as possible.
Careful, Thorn. That was dangerously close to insolence. And you are definitely confusing me with someone else.
You are an Inquisitor, which is enough for me right now. The whole deck is swarming with the local mongrel tribes, and they've sent their champions to rally the troops.
So you're heading to the control room to disable the jammer?
That's the plan, yes.
And who is this Caius Thorn exactly?
Quite a character. Otherwise, I have no idea. He seems to think that I'm a member of his mysterious expedition.
If there is an expedition, they might be trapped in that monastery just like you.
Why do you think so?
I made a scan. That giant wreckage looks completely dead from here. No sign of any other voidcraft in the vicinity.
The first tribal champion. I wonder if these mongrel tribes are the descendants of the original inhabitants. I guess I'll know more soon.
So yeah, your weapon dictates which skills you have, right? So for this one we have single shot, we have full auto, aimed shot, and frag burst. With the flamer, you the flame cone, disengaging stream, which is pretty cool, because you walk... Wait, that's not it. That's it. You walk backwards as you're firing, so you can keep your distance from most enemies. I'm pretty sure there's some enemies that are real quick, but I don't remember. Now, your skills, you get passives, and you get perks, which we don't have any unlocked yet, because we just started. And so this is how you customize your character, depending on what you want to do better. The trees have increased damage, certain special effects, and so forth. But you don't gain abilities per se, like in other games. All your abilities are granted by the weapon. I think that's cool. And if you dual wield, you get 2 abilities from, say, a gun and 2 abilities from a sword. If you have 2 of the same gun, I think you get all the abilities you would get on that gun if you were wielding it one-handed. And if you get 2 different guns, you get 2 different sets of abilities depending on the gun.
Thorn here. How are you faring, Inquisitor?
Considering that I'm alone, I'd say I'm making adequate progress.
Alone? Where's the rest of your detachment?
Under some smoldering wreckage.
Well, that's unlucky. But that's all the more demons for us to kill. Let us rejoice in the furious challenge. Thorn out.
Hey, spin to win! Well, let's try out the chainsword and the bolt pistol. See how they do. Oh, that hits hard. And I'm going the wrong way.
The filth of chaos has retreated from my door. Regrouping, I'd say. I take it you killed the tribal champions.
Yes, I purged the place.
How ambitious! I like that. But believe me, there is still much work to be done. You'll find a desecrated shrine next door that leads to the control room. Go there.
Lovely.
Thorn, I've reached the end of this subdeck.
Good. There is the exit. Some of my men will meet you on the other side, but plenty of them have been captured. I'll need your help to set them free. This is just the calm before the storm. Take advantage of the respite before the wretches return. At least, I can send you some reinforcements. The hostiles are keeping some of my scouts caged up in the desecrated sanctum. Free the guardsmen and bring them to the control room.
Reporting for duty, Inquisitor.
At your command.
New log entry. I'm entering the sanctum of the deck. It clearly used to be an Imperial chapel, but the statues there are not familiar. When did the sacred fortress drift away from the light of the God Emperor? Repent! Loading.
At your command. Die, Merc, for the Emperor. For the Emperor.
For the Emperor!
Ready to fight.
I totally missed the prisoners. I was too focused on killing the heretics.
We don't have much time, Inquisitor. Hurry up and take as many guardsmen with you as you can.
Thank you, Inquisitor. Reporting for duty, Inquisitor.
For the Emperor.
Thank you, Inquisitor. Reporting for duty, Inquisitor.
The abhumans are banging their war drums, calling up the filth of chaos from the caverns of the ship. If you want to know what a real battle looks like, I suggest you join me as soon as you can.
A real battle, he says. I don't even know what that means. There's something fishy going on with that bolt gun. Anyway.
Inquisitor, our Argos are starting to pick up huge waves of hostiles approaching your position. Can you hold them off on your own?
Captain, a long time ago, I made an oath to protect the Imperium, with no regard for my own life. Do you want to question my dedication?
So what is your plan?
My faith in the Emperor will protect me from the faithless. I was also planning to blast through the unclean with the devastating force of my weaponry.
I'll have the transport ship ready, just in case.
I'm ready for my trial of faith.
Ready to fight.
Well, let's find Chaos Thorn and finish this tutorial.
Welcome to the Martyr, Inquisitor. Not exactly the army I imagined, but reinforcements at last.
So you do realize now that I don't belong to your expedition?
I do, and I regret the confusion. We were not expecting any guests on this Emperor-forsaken wreck. And first I thought that you must belong to Klosterheim's retinue. That fool brought a whole army of busybodies and interrogators with him.
You must tell me everything about this man, his expedition, and the Martyr. But first, I'll disable the teleport jammer.
The cogitator that overrides the jammer is 2 hallways away, and the whole control deck is swarming with feral tribes. Why do you think I'm stuck in this hole? They're keeping us pinned down in here.
Time to turn the tide together, Sergeant.
Inquisitor, we have a problem.
Now is not a good time.
Ready to fight.
Oh, we have to defend the generator.
Onwards.
Let's take a look at this. These records.
Now, I think this is my least favorite part of the game. The defense portions, where you have to protect an objective. So I'm not escorting anything, but it is an escort quest of sorts.
Well then, that was a pleasant warm-up, wasn't it? But Inquisitor, I'm sure they will drag their filthy god here to help them out.
They're what?
We interrogated some of these tribesmen. They are all descendants of the original crew. Anyway, during centuries of drifting through the void, one of their generations forgot about our holy emperor and found new things to worship.
And what would this god be?
Madness incarnated, they call it. It could be anything, if you ask me, but nothing good.
Ready to fight.
Well, that looks like
Listen to
Nurgle,
me. The
but-
monastery is
I'm in the middle of something. Later.
Set up a minefield. And another one. And a turret. Which I think I put in way too far.
Take it like a man, guardsman. Onwards. Don't linger, guardsman. Take it. Die. Die. Ready to fight. Take it like a man, guardsman. For the Emperor!
Oh, the thundering blast of weapons. I wish my brothers were here to hear this canticle of death.
Talking about brothers, which chapter do you belong to? I am not familiar with this iconography.
I am Sergeant Caius Thorn of the Stormwatcher Space Marines.
Explain. I don't know that chapter.
I would be truly disappointed if you did. Our existence is secret, our numbers are few, and our burden is terrible. We are the Watchers in the shadows, but rest assured, we are the sanctioned blades of the Calgary Conclave.
Doing what exactly?
Dying gloriously during classified inquisitorial missions. Could we talk about this later?
Ready to fight!
Inquisitor, the monastery shows signs of
Not now.
Now you'll die! It's a charge!
I love Tarantula sentry turrets.
truly doing the Emperor's work, Inquisitor. Keep it up. We've crushed their main forces. Let's move out and disable that jammer.
Before their what? Their god arrives?
Trust me, it is already close. I wonder what it looks like.
After we have disabled the jammer, we must find Lord Klosterheim.
Oh, yes, that two-faced hypocrite. I have already lost a battle brother because of him, and then he left me down here to die. But now, move!
Ready to fight!
Loot is as you expect. Different tiers of quality. Green, blue, purple, white. And I believe there's red for legendary. At this point in time, it's still too early to worry about stats, as far as I know.
Ready to fight!
I just try to put in damage on the weapon I'm using the most. And bonuses that make sense. I really like the combination of bolt pistol and chainsword. It's very Warhammer. And there it is. I guess that's what they're worshipping. Chaos Dreadnought.
Oh, traitorous scum! Mockery to your honor! Perish, you filth!
Went well. Yep, it's called a Hellbrute in the game, but I'm pretty sure that's a Chaos Dreadnought.
Inquisitor, what's happening down there? Are you all right?
I'm great. I've just killed a Hellbrute, a twisted mockery of a space marine. Praise the Emperor. I also have an Imperial Space Marine with grievous wounds, and I want to bring him aboard our ship.
Inquisitor, listen to me. The monastery has turned on the warp drives, and it's ready to leave the star system. Disable the jammer now!
I've disabled the teleport jammer. At least, I hope so.
Inquisitor, you must teleport back before the ship leaves. We don't know where it's headed, and worse, the jealous shields are probably compromised. Warp travel will kill you. Hurry up, you don't want to get stranded over there.
Inquisitor, are you all right?
I'm fine, Captain. I'm back on your ship, leaving the teleportarium as we speak. I need medical assistance down here for the Space Marine. What is happening to the Martyr?
It's preparing to enter the warp. I thought it was a derelict.
It is a derelict, Captain, which seems to attract the attention of both our allies and enemies. The Martyr is a mystery, but it is very much alive.
And your mystery ship is gone. What happens now?
I will notify the Caligari Conclave. Then we will wait and see.
Inquisitor, my astropath has sent your audio log to the Caligari Conclave, as you requested.
Let me guess. Another local warp surge manifestation swallowed the message whole?
No, actually. We have received an official follow-up on your report.
That must be a mistake. It's the Imperial bureaucracy. I wasn't expecting to hear from them for a few standard years.
I have no idea what we found out there, but it must be really important. See for yourself.
Inquisitor, we are raising your clearance level. You are henceforth authorized to listen to confidential information without facing immediate excommunication. Your discovery has greatly intrigued the Conclave. You have found a ghost of the past, Inquisitor. The Martyr had strong ties to the Inquisition, and as such, it is very important to us. We all thought that the Fortress Monastery had been destroyed, with the exception of Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim. He dedicated his life to finding the Martyr, only to disappear without a trace. And now, you have proof of both the existence of the Martyr and the whereabouts of Lord Klosterheim. We want answers. Continue this investigation. Evaluate the data, gather new clues, and find the Martyr. Hopefully with Lord Klosterheim on board, so he can explain his disappearance. We must remind you that this investigation requires absolute secrecy, and it will be your task, and your task alone.
Our task is to find a ghost ship in the vast expanses of the Imperium. How hard could it be?
The Space Marine I rescued was part of the expedition that found the Martyr somehow. If I can interrogate him, I'm sure he can help us.
That man is in stasis at the moment. He was torn into pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a warrior of the Adeptus Astartes is not a simple mortal we can treat.
Indeed. We need a tech priest with unique skills and knowledge of the genetic materials of the Adeptus Astartes. We need a Magos biologist specialist, which could be difficult.
I come from a long line of rogue traders, Inquisitor. I know the secrets of this sector, and I can tell you where to find the tech priest you need. The Merciful Agony is a hospital fortress in the Chernobog system. It's also a secret research station of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You'll find a Magos biologus there.
That's a lot of rewards. One after the other. Alright. I've been playing this game for a while, on and off, very casually. I never really made it to endgame per se. I finished the campaign. And I enjoyed it. It has some really cool set pieces. And the gameplay is good. Controls are responsive. And the voice acting, even if it has some things here and there, it's pretty good. So, to me, it's a pretty cool entry into the Warhammer universe. I am not a Warhammer historian, so I don't know where licenses were taken, as in artistic licenses. But what I've seen, I like. And if you're a fan of the game, you are probably already playing the Sororitas class. If you like action RPGs, but don't know a lot about Warhammer, or don't know anything about Warhammer at all, this is a good action RPG game. I recommend it. And if you don't know anything of action RPGs, or the Warhammer universe, I don't know. I guess that is up to you. I think you might like it, because the gameplay is good. Yeah, I'm not gonna start that right now, but when you select a mission, when you actually get through this, you can increase the difficulty for more rewards and a greater challenge. If you don't know anything about the Warhammer universe or action RPGs, it's still an enjoyable action game. You might like it, you might not. Again, that is up to you. But the game is pretty good. I think the Neocore guys did a really good job with this, and I do recommend it. All that said, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.